this is TalkRx with Dr. Neha, and today's question comes in from David in Boulder, and he is writing, Dr. Neha, what do I do when I'm talking to my boss, even though I'm just in a volunteer situation, when I'm talking to him and he just seems to go on and on and on. Now, don't get me wrong, because he actually has some pretty interesting things to say. So I like what he's saying. It's just that it seems that he is not actually having regard for his time or my time. What do I do? So I think that's a pretty excellent question, David. And I think it's a bigger question. And to be honest, I kind of resonated a little bit with this. I think sometimes I talk a lot and lose track of time. And so what I would say is there's two pieces to this. The first one is, what type of boundaries are you actually setting to set up the conversation? And the second piece is, how do you have a conversation with someone to let them know that this is an issue? So the first piece of this is, when you set up a conversation with him, it would be really great to say something like, I'll say it like I'm saying it to David, right? Hey, David, I'm really excited to talk to you about how we're going to schedule the offsite, how we're going to man it, what the logistics are. I've got from 2 to 2:30 on Wednesday to do that. Would that time frame work for you? So I have to get really clear in my engagement with you and make sure that up front, even if you're my boss and I'm feeling a little bit intimidated, that I kind of set clear boundaries and let you know what's going to work for me. Now, if then your boss actually agrees to this, right, then you can always say, so it's 2:30, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm feeling a little uncomfortable that I'm interrupting you, and there's another meeting that I need to attend, right? So those are the ways that you set it up, and kind of during the meeting, check in, right? To make sure and let somebody know. And they're gonna remember that you had set this up in the beginning. So that's good. Now, the other side of this, which is, what do you do when someone's talking and going on, right? Maybe in that exact conversation, that's not the time to address it. It's a great time to address it when that's not happening, okay? So it would sound something like this. Let's say someone had to say this to me, right? Which sometimes actually my good friend Kathy has to say to me, because I'm just so excited to be talking to her. I lose track of time. I go on and on. We have really rich conversations. They're amazing. I always wish that they were actually taped, because I learned so much in those conversations. But this is how to have that conversation and let someone know honestly. So it would sound something like this. Hey, Neha, I notice that when we get together, I really enjoy talking to you, right? And I also notice that there's this way that you get really excited and you're going on, and sometimes I check out. And what I really want to have happen is that I stay connected to you, and we have these incredible conversations. And sometimes I even feel panicked a little bit, because I think I might be missing my next engagement, like my next meeting or whatever it is. And I feel bad telling you that we have to cut it off. So would it work if at the beginning of our conversations, we kind of had a little bit of a discussion and put some time frame around when this is going to start and when it's going to end, just so that we respect each other's time, and then I won't feel that panic? And I would probably say, what a great idea, because I feel so connected to you that I actually lose track of time. So thank you for telling me that, because I want to have our time together feel good for both of us. So if you have someone in your life that goes on and you don't really know what to do, or you don't know how to have that conversation, or you feel that angst in your body telling you, I gotta say something, but I don't know how, I hope these tools were helpful. First of all, to set boundaries at the beginning of a meeting and let someone know at the end. Also, to then, if they do go over, just say, hey, I'm feeling a little uncomfortable, but I want to let you know I need to get to another meeting, or whatever it is that you need to have happen. And the second piece is to actually have the honest conversation with the person with whom you want to tell this to, because it's a lot easier to talk about people than it is to talk to them. But I know that since you're interested in your communication and you're interested in TalkRx, I know that you're somebody who has the courage and the desire and will make the effort to build a strong connection to the person with whom this is occurring. So until next week.